it's Sandra. Welcome to another episode of Asexual, my asexual life. This is a place to be for education about asexuality and all things asexual. I share my own asexual life journey in order to help you in yours. I cover asexual dating, asexual relationships, asexual friendship, and so very much more. So if you haven't already subscribed to this channel, please hit the great big subscribe button now. Hit that bell icon. Hi Michael, so you get notified of every time I post a new video or go live. And if you didn't know who I am Sandra Bellamy, author of Asexual Perspectives, founder of asexualise.com and founder of Asexualise Academy. Thanks very much for tuning in. Thank you, Michael. Really appreciate that. So in this video, I want to reveal to you for Asexual Awareness Week, Day 3. Happy Asexual Awareness Week, by the way, once again. I want to reveal to you the shocking truth about asexual dating. So I know, Michael, that you're aromantic asexual who's not into dating. So I know that this won't be really so relevant to you, but you might just want to know it anyway. But yeah, I understand. But, you know, it's going to be a good one still. So here we go. So basically, in the world of dating in general, there's something called pursuit. And, it's usually something heterosexuals will do. That or sexuals in general, they will pursue a relationship with someone. And in traditional dating, sort of male-female dating, if you like, the man traditionally usually pursues the female. That's how the dating works. It still works like that very much today, although a man and woman both do the approaching, the man tends to still do the pursuing. In asexual dating, however, it's very, very difficult to find someone for a relationship if you're into dating in a relationship, because simply the really shocking, sad truth is that most people who are asexual will not pursue others. And it seems that if sex is not involved in a relationship, there is no pursuit. And I think this is a really, really upsetting thing. I think, why should people have to be having sex in order for pursuit to take place? Why should there have to be sexual attraction, sexual desire going on in order for pursuit to take place? But the sad thing is asexuals in general don't tend to do pursuing, because, and that is crazy. That is crazy, because why aren't there more asexuals who are interested in relationships, wanting to pursue a relationship for the emotional connection, for the closeness, for sharing hobbies, interests, your life and your world with them? Why is that? I had a person come to me who is in my dating groups, or one of my dating groups, and she is having such a hard time trying to get a suitable guy for her, and it's become really difficult for her. And I totally feel her pain. She's messaging me. She said, I'm trying everything I can, Sandra. She's doing the approaching. She's trying to find a guy suitable, and she just can't, They haven't got the same mindset, the same needs. And we were having quite a good discussion via Facebook Messenger, And I said, I know it's really difficult as well, because it seems that in the asexual dating scene, that because sex is not involved, there's no pursuit going on. No one's pursuing anyone. So it's like, if you've heard of the phrase getting blood out of a stone, which is pretty impossible, because a stone you can't get blood out of, not unless someone's put blood in between two stones. You can't actually physically get blood out of the stone, if you know what I mean. Then, it's virtually impossible. And I just think this sad, shocking truth is just that. It's really sad that because there's no sexual attraction involved, because there's none of this sexual energy going on, this sexual desire, it's like, well, if I have a relationship, I do. If I don't, it's fine. Or I won't bother. Or I'm fine as I am. Or I'd like a relationship, but yeah, I'll just say I want one. So, I mean, obviously on the asexual dating scene, there are several problems, not just this one. So obviously with the asexual dating scene as a whole, a lot of the asexual population, the majority, are aromantic asexuals, those who lack romantic attraction. Therefore, all the aromantics that are on the dating sites, and believe me, there is a lot of aromantics on asexuality.com, a lot of them, you know, the people that are on there that are aromantic, they are just looking for friendships. They're just looking for chatting and to pass the time of day, to be quite honest. They even say, you know, they even say on there about looking for friends and who wants to chat and stuff like that. I have put a thread on asexuality.com that's been on there, and it's still to this day going strong. I think it's about 2 years old now, and it says who here is looking for a serious and committed sex-free relationship. This is on an asexual dating site. Because, and I wrote this thread because it seems that when I'm on this site, no one actually wants a serious and committed relationship. No one does. And this is really, really sad. And I say this as a generalisation because I have got some asexual friends who come to my meetups who genuinely are looking for an asexual relationship. One of them, I know he had 3 dates over a period of at least a year, I think it was. But in a year's time, or over the course of a year, he had 3 dates. So he is actively pursuing a relationship. He is travelling across the country to get a relationship. But these people are few and far between, you know? And so the main issue, obviously, with the whole asexual dating scene for a start is there's lots of aromantics. And the majority of aromantics don't want a relationship. The majority want friendship only. But there are still a few that do want to be in a relationship. You know, I don't want you to think there's not. But the majority, you know, are aromantic. So that's the first issue. Second issue is a lot of asexuals are introverts. A lot of them are. I would say there's far more introverts than extroverts, right? So introverts don't tend to approach people anyway. Introverts don't tend to go out as much and socialise. Victor. Hi, Victor. I'm not. You're not an introvert. I'm not an introvert. I'm an extrovert. So welcome. Yeah, so I'm it's nice to see you, Victor. I really appreciate you tuning in. It's lovely. So yeah, I'm an extrovert, but the majority are introverts, and that means that when you're on asexual, I approach too many too. Oh, bless you. Are you the guy on Twitter that I know, Victor, or no? I don't know. Are you the guy on Twitter or no? Or is it just someone with the same first name? So yeah. No. Oh, bless you. Well, thank you for tuning in anyway. I really appreciate that. Yeah. I approach a lot of people as well. But what's your experience, Victor, of actually people approaching you and pursuing you? Have you had anyone, or have you had anyone actually message back consistently and shown interest? Because that's the other issue. So you've got the introvert problem. Now it's not just me saying this. Someone hacking me. Oh, that's horrible. Sorry about that. That's really horrible. But yeah, so the introverts, I know it's not just me that thinks this, because I've asked in dating groups, I've asked on asexual dating forums, don't trust. I've asked on asexual dating forums, you know, like, why do you think, you know, it's hard to get a relationship? And there's various reasons, but something that cropped up is a lot of them are introverted. And by introverted tendencies, they don't tend to approach people for a relationship. They don't tend to do the approaching. They're waiting for someone to approach them. So this is quite a big problem, is that people are waiting to be approached all the time instead of approaching other people. However, there is still the problem with not many people pursuing. You know, and I'm going to come on to more about pursuing in a bit. Oh, you adore me. Thank you. That's really sweet. That's really sweet. Thank you. Oh, touched my heart. And so, and so I don't know what to say now. I get a bit speechless when someone says that. You pursue too much. Oh, bless your heart. Bless your heart. You must stop. It's hard though, isn't it, if you want someone? Because you kind of got to keep it up as well. So it's kind of difficult to get a balance in your life, I think. So the other, so I've said about introversion as well. The other problem we have on the asexual dating scene is compatibility of hobbies and interests. Because, as we're not into sex, we focus a lot more on hobbies and interests. Like, have we got compatible hobbies and interests? Things that would go together, things that would complement each other, things that we can take an interest in each other. Have we got something in common, basically? So maybe it's not hobbies and interests you've got, but it's good as asexuals who are looking for a relationship to have some of those things in common, because you want to hang out and do things together. Because if you're not having sex, you're going to want to fill your time with each other with doing something, aren't you? And whereas sexuals tend to be quite preoccupied with sex, we're not. So we have to be doing other things. And, and so it's hobbies and interests and having things in common in general. So the problems with asexual dating as well, like to recap, the hobbies and interests and having other things in common with each other. These can be incompatibilities. And life goals have got to be taken into consideration. Are you having the same life goals? And deal breakers as well. That's an issue. Like, a deal breaker, for example, is like if someone wants children and you don't, then you're not compatible. If someone wants marriage and you don't, you're not compatible. So you've got these issues cropping up as well, which these issues can crop up on sexual dating sites as well, though, not just asexual ones. And then but with asexuals, you've got that added problem as well. Another truth, which probably isn't so shocking, but people are not willing to travel for a relationship. Asexuals, the majority, not all of them, asexuals, they will stay at home in their city or town, and they will want someone in their city or town. And if they can't get another asexual in their city and town, that's it. There's no one in my city, there's no one in my town, I can't get anyone. That's not the attitude to date. The likelihood of you finding an asexual in your city is quite remote anyway. But if you do, and I have some in my city, if you do, the chance of them being compatible with you is still highly improbable. I know 3 asexuals in my city. One's female, another's male, and there's another one. Well, I say I know him. I don't know him in person yet. He's coming to my next meetup. That's 3 asexuals in my city. I'm really fortunate and lucky. Really fortunate. Are any of those compatible for relationship? Female, no, because I'm not interested in females, but great friend. The other guy, better make sure I'm doing my fingers this way. The other guy, me and him are very opposite to each other. We go out with each other as friends sometimes when we meet up for a drink and food, but we're very, very incompatible. We're not attracted to each other whatsoever, and we're exactly the opposite of each other. The only thing we've really got in common is IT. And the fact we're both asexual and we're both nice people. So we do have a few things in common. We get on. I like to hear, I like to see him every so often because I like to catch up with him on what he's doing in his life and his job. And, because I do like him as a friend and he's a nice person. But me and him, we see each other every so often because we haven't got so much in common. And the other guy who's coming to this meetup, he's much too older than I would ever go for, and he likes younger girls anyway. I like much younger guys, he likes much younger girls, so we've got quite a bit in common in that way. But he's looking for a younger person than me, and I'm looking for a much younger person than him because he's far older than my birth certificate age, But he seems like a cool guy. I'm sure we'll get on really well. But see, so these people are in my city, but none of them are suitable for a relationship. None of them. And there's another guy who lives an hour and a half away from my city. And he's nice, but he has a preference for guys. And clearly I'm not one of them. I have another friend who's in another city who I get on really well with, but we're not compatible for a relationship. So, and I only see him usually if I travel to his city or if he happens to come to mine. So, but you have to be prepared to travel. If you're saying, you have to be prepared to travel or go out of your way to get someone, You can't sit there saying, for the rest of your life, I can't get anyone. Well, exactly, you won't be able to get anyone. So, but the one of the guys that's in my city that I already see, the guy, we're very different, and me and him are very different. He is the one that had like 3 dates in a year, Because he's actively pursuing a relationship. And he travelled to each of those people. And one of my asexual friends, he is engaged to his asexual girlfriend, and he met her at a meet. But he went travelling all around the UK to as many meetups as possible for nearly 3 months non-stop, a different one every week, until he got the love of his life. They don't live in the same city at all. They live, I don't know how many miles apart, quite a lot of miles away, you know? But the whole point is he put the effort in, he pursued getting a relationship, and he got one. Not just one, the woman of his dreams. So, you know, asexuals, a lot of them, will not be prepared to travel or move. Like, I don't want to move, so I have to find a mover. So that's the other thing. If you're not going to move, rather than just think, I don't want to move, you have to then try and approach people, still put yourself out there and try and find a mover. But I am prepared to go travelling up country, like to London, to see someone for a relationship. But I still need to find a mover because I don't want to move. Because I've lived here for a long time on my own. But I'm actively pursuing to get someone, and someone who's a mover. You know, or someone that is like easy for me to go and see, you know. There's places like Plymouth I could go to, Bristol I could go to on the train quite easily. You know, but it still requires money and time on my part. Do you know what I mean? So, you know, this is the thing though, but the pursuit is the biggest shocking fact, because I find it quite disgusting to think that the reason pursuit is not taking place with asexuals in general, not specifically, because there are some that are pursuing a relationship, as I've just clearly talked about, is because sex is not involved. And I just think that's a shame, you know? I just think that's an utter shame. So if you're watching this channel now and you're thinking, what the heck is pursuit? Pursuit is like when you, so for example, if you've got a goal, you work towards that goal. You're pursuing it. You're actively seeking it and doing everything you can to get it. So the pursuit in terms of relationships and dating means you're you're thinking, I want a relationship. This is the type of relationship I want. And you're actively seeking that out and going after it. And when you found a person that you think might be suitable, you go after them. You message them. You have conversations with them. You arrange dates with them. Skype dates. In-person dates. And you try and find out if you're compatible. That's what you do. You don't sit back going, oh, right, I want a relationship. I'm really serious. But there's no one here in my city or town. Don't know what to do. You know, that isn't pursuing. You know, if, for example, a heterosexual is pursuing another sexual, then, you know, they're messaging them, they're phoning them, they're dating them, they're actively, you know, someone who's pursuing is someone who's interested in someone, showing an interest all the time, maintaining that interest, maintaining the communication, texting, phoning, meeting, texting, phoning, meeting, you know, chatting, getting to know that person, taking an interest in what they do, asking them questions and vice versa. You know, that's pursuing someone, pursuing the goal of getting someone, you know? So you're being active about it rather than passive about it. But I just think it's such a shame that, excuse me, I just think it's such a shame that it seems like because sex is not there, there's no urgency. There's no urgency to pursue someone. It's not, you know, time is very short on this planet. We don't know how much time each of us got to be alive. If one of our goals in our life is to get a relationship, then we need to be actively pursuing that. And actively pursuing someone if someone seems really compatible with us. We have to go after what we want. We might be disappointed. We might be rejected. But if we don't try, what's the alternative? We die and say, oh, sorry, I never had anyone. You know, it's ridiculous. You have to pursue if that's what you want. Obviously, if you don't want a relationship, this is different. But having said that, you might still want to pursue friendships. Because you might think, well, you know, if you've got family and you're, you know, like say you're young and your parents are older, your parents aren't going to be around forever. If you've got siblings, a lot of them are probably going to go off and get married. You know, they're not going to be around. And if you're happy on your own, that's fine. If you've already got friends, that's great. But if you haven't got friends and you want friends, you have to pursue that. You have to be active about it, proactive about it, and go out and make friends. And make it known that you're interested in that person as a friend. Make it known that you care about them. You know, you want to know how their day is, how their week's going, you know, their hobbies and interests. Have they finished that, I don't know, game yet they were playing on? Have they gone and done their badminton this week? Have they gone and done their rock climbing? Have they had some, nice times out with their friends? How about meeting you for a drink, a coffee or whatever, So, you can pursue friends as well, but you wouldn't pursue them normally with such intensity. Having said that, a lot of aromantic asexuals, so that romantic attraction, they have quite intense friendships. So they might want to do more pursuing of, that type of thing, friendship. So, you can pursue friendships as well. In general, pursuing is like a dating term. Pursuing is like a dating term. But, but I just wanted to reveal this shocking truth because I just think it's very sad that because sex is not involved, there's no pursuit. It's like, I like to be pursued by someone who's interested in me romantically. I mean, how many guys do you know who's come into my life in the last few months going, oh, like, Ronald, who sometimes tunes in here. Do you remember the last time he came in? Oh, hi. Oh, yeah, I've had, I'm going to email you. Did he email me? No, of course he didn't. There's no pursuit there, which means he's not really interested. He likes the idea of me and that's it, which is fine. There's no problem because I just know that he would not be the type of person that I would be in a future relationship with if he ever comes to the UK in 2.5 years, because I can't be with someone who's not actively interested in me, talking to me, messaging me, communicating with me and taking an interest in me. So I know in the future now that we're not compatible. But that's fine. I wish him well. I hope he finds a good person for him. He likes an older woman, so it's going to be a little bit harder for him, but I hope he gets someone. Someone who emotionally connects with, someone who he wants to pursue. Do you see what I mean? The only people that tend to have pursued me are foreign guys in the past that have been interested in getting a visa out of me or job sponsorship. And in terms of asexuals, it's been the foreign guys that want marriage for a visa, which I clearly will not do and not give. Because I'm not interested in marriage for a start. And even if I was, I certainly wouldn't do it for a visa. It's ridiculous. And obviously I get pursued by sexual guys as well. But that's a different story. But, it's like I haven't got any asexual guy interested in me. And to be quite honest, I have friendship. I've got beautiful friends. Beautiful, beautiful friends. Like I wouldn't say the word pursue's quite right because they're my friends, but they keep in regular contact with me. They keep the friendship up. There's 3 of them. And there's also a guy on meetup.com. He messages me as well. Long emails. It's beautiful. I want to say thank you so much. I feel so blessed to have these beautiful asexual friends in my life. I would not change that for the world. It's made a huge difference to my life. I value friendship tremendously. I tell you what, since I found out I'm asexual, I value friendship so much more than I used to. But I've always valued friendship highly anyway. I mean, I have been friends with a person who's not asexual, my female friend, for over 6 years. And that is before I found out I was asexual. And I valued her friendship back there. But I would just say I have more of an abundance of friends now. So I value it even more because I've got more, if that makes sense. I've always been like quite a very loyal friend, very trustworthy friend, very honest friend and very dedicated. In my past, unfortunately, before my best female friend came along, I hadn't got people in my life that were good people for me, that ever wanted to really be my friend and ever really cared that much. But now I do. I have my best female friend and I have, great guys that are my best friend. We're like all best friends together now. It's amazing and I love it. I love it so much. We can message each other and, and I feel like I was never alone before because I had myself, but I feel less alone now, if you know what I mean. I feel like I have companionship across the internet, if you like, and I just can't, and I see these people in person when I can, and it's just like 2 of them are coming to my next asexual meetup, and it's just incredible. It's really, really incredible, and I cannot tell you how it feels. And that's what I mean, you know, if you're watching this channel now and you want friendships, you know, pursue friendships. Try and find those really, really good asexual people that you get on well with, you have things in common with, that care about you, that you care about them, that want to talk to you, that want to message you, that want to be in your life. Because when you get that, it's incredible. So, you know, pursue friendships, pursue people or a person you want a relationship with. Don't take life lying down. You know, we only get one life. I don't know. I hope I wake up tomorrow, but who knows? You know, I don't know, do I? You know, once you're gone and your time's up, that's it. I hope to God I'm on this earth for a lot longer. I want to live to be at least 100. I have too much asexual work to be doing and difference to make in this world before I pop my clogs, as my grandma used to say, bless her heart, who was one of my best friends who's no longer with me. Pop your clogs is like up north in the UK. There's up north. I came from the north originally. Pop your clogs means die. It's a very weird expression to people who've never heard of it before. But I was actually born up north of the UK, even though I live in the southwest. And my parents moved me down to Devon when I was 1.5 years old. But I actually know quite a lot of colloquialisms, you know, and slang and things from up north. So yeah, sometimes I might end up saying one or two of them on here, and then you're probably thinking, what the heck is she talking about? And what's this got to do with asexuality? But, you know, so what I'm saying is life is so short, you know, so pursue. Just because you're asexual doesn't mean to say that you can't pursue, you know? Pursue what you want in life. Go and get it, because it is so, life is so very short, and we never know what's going to happen to us from one minute to the next. We hope, and we have faith, and we have love, and we have kindness, and we have respect, and we pray that, you know, that we are still going to be here to live another day, to see another moment, but we don't know, you know? I want to find my asexual soulmate, not because I'm not happy being single, because I am, but because I know I have a soulmate. I do believe he's Indian. I've always believed that, you know, for 4 years now, since I found out I was asexual. I don't know why, I just do. I just believe it. And it's very interesting, because the person who has been having problems with not finding someone, she's actually Indian, and she can't find a suitable Indian guy for her in her country. In fact, she's not really, you know, she doesn't really think Indian guys are suitable for her. You know, so if there are any guys out there that are not Indian, or that are Indian and looking for a serious relationship, I don't think she wants marriage, and I don't think she wants kids, as far as I know. So, you know, I can pass your details on to her if you are in India at all watching this. But yeah, I don't think she wants marriage, which obviously the majority of Indians do want. So, you know, but even she's finding it hard in India herself. I'm not even in India, and I find it hard, as you know. So she's in India, finding it hard to get a suitable Indian guy for her. Then I'm just going to find it gazillion hard. You know, I'm not even on sexual dating sites anymore, because at the moment I really don't see the point. It's a waste of time for me. I'd rather plough my energy and time into other things, but I still want to find my soulmate. And I partly want to go on the sexual dating sites. One, to see an abundance of people on there, to see how many foreign guys were in the UK, and two, try and find an asexual guy on there if it's at all possible. But now I realise that since my account was cancelled, you know, deleted on Plenty of Fish by accident by them, you know, I thought about going back on it, and I might at some point, but at the moment I'm just feeling there's no point. You know, I had a date recently with a sexual guy, as you know, and that didn't work out, and I've actually got a bad chest infection back again, because I kissed him and he smoked. I know, because he's smoking my life. I can't stand smoking. I honestly think it was the adrenaline of the kissing, because I'm a bit of a kissaholic, and I'm hyper romantic, who hasn't had kissing like that for nearly 4 years. I think there was one guy I kissed quite passionately once in that 4 years, but I don't think it wasn't that long. And, you know, so I haven't really had that type of kissing for years. And I think the adrenaline just took over, because I wasn't ill when I was with him. And, you know, and now I've got a really bad chest. You know, I was coughing up more stuff today. It's got worse, not better. I'm surprised I've not coughed throughout this. But yeah, so, you know, I just wanted to bring the shocking truth to your attention. And I don't know if you were aware of that yourself, that because sex is not involved, there's not much pursuing going on with asexual dating and relationships. So anyway, I'd love to know what you think. Hit me up down below in the comments. I love to read what you put. I try to read every comment in between videos and answer any questions and queries or anything else you might have. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I noticed someone's already given it a thumbs up, so thank you very much to whoever gave it a thumbs up. I really appreciate that. And I'm not shocked. I don't think about it. Oh, bless you, Michael. Yeah, I know you don't think about it because, you know, you're not really into dating. I know, in relationships, which is good. I know I mean, it saves you a headache, put it that way. I think it's really, you know, I think it's good for anyone to just be them. And if you're not interested, then that's great. But I'm just so shocked myself because I think it's really sad. Why should sex have to be involved to be pursued? Do you know what I mean? Because it's almost giving extra importance to sex in a relationship over everything else. And I kind of feel that asexuals aren't, helping the situation in that way, you know? Because, people are pursuing a sexual relationship who are sexual because there's sex involved. That's why they're really pursuing it. And I thought, as we're asexual, and we really want that strong emotional bond and attraction, I thought people would be pursuing people because of that. Because we want companionship. We want love. Pure love. We want togetherness. We want relationship. But the people that are on these dating sites, they say they want a relationship. They don't. I had a before I go, I'll let you know, I had this guy, foreign guy in the UK, right? But he is quite a long way away from me. It's in Newcastle, which is miles away, right? But I had a young guy come to one of my meetups, right? He's was 20 years old at the time, last year. And he travelled 11 hours one way on a coach just to come to my meetup and back again. He's foreign, but he wanted children and I don't. But this other foreign guy is older than him, a business guy in Newcastle. I think he might drive as well. And he couldn't be bothered. I had one, he was messaging me. He messaged me for what, 1 week or something? A video chat with me once. I don't know if you went on the phone, that was it. It's about a week and a half or 10 days over that. That was it. It's like, he can't be bothered. I think it's because he wants someone nearer him. But I mean, do you know what I mean? It's very rare to find an asexual that's compatible. So if you're at all compatible, you would have thought that someone would pursue in order to make it work or in order to get a relationship, if they're that bothered, but clearly they're not. And it's like on asexuality, there's a lot of people that says people aren't looking for serious relationship. They don't want to put the time, the effort, and energy and the pursuit into it. But I was shocked because I thought, there's a lot of asexuals that say too much importance is put on sex. Right? We live in such a highly sexualized society and world. Too much importance is put on sex. Even in my book, sex is put on its pedestal. It needs to be taken off its pedestal, right? How can sex be taken off its pedestal? How can sex be, I can't even find the right word for it, importantized? That's a word I just made up. How can it be made less important and taken off its pedestal if the people that are asexual aren't pursuing a relationship because there seems to be no urgency because sex isn't involved? That is basically highlighting the fact that sex is being put on a pedestal because it's still being put on a pedestal in the asexualized world. Do you know what I'm saying? Because, if the only reason that most people pursue people is sex, and even in asexuality with relationships and dating, no one's pursuing very much because sex isn't involved. There's no urgency to get someone. There's no I really want a loving relationship. There are a few, right? My friend Sam, he's actively pursuing a relationship, Hi Heather, nice to see you. I'm quite a lot of the way through this now. I was going to go off, but I thought of some more examples, so I've carried on for a little bit. Like I was saying, we live in this highly sexualized world. There's people in my book that are saying sex needs to be taken off its pedestal. Yet here we are in the asexual dating scene and relationship scene. People aren't pursuing, as a general rule, not everyone. Like I said, I've got people I know and I've explained to them in this video about them, but the majority of the time, a lot of people aren't pursuing because there's no urgency to get a relationship because sex isn't involved. And to me, that's just keeping sex on a pedestal. It's just basically saying, oh, it's not worth pursuing a relationship if sex is involved. You know, it's not worth going out of your way for. It's not worth making that effort for. Do you know there are sexual people that will, travel all around the country, all around the world to get sex? Because sex is so important. But why can't asexuals be like that? With relationships, with personalities, with companionship, and pursue like that. Why does it have to be that sex is involved? This to me is shocking. This to me is keeping sex on a pedestal. This to me is just like, whoa, I just think it blew my mind when I was finding this out. And I'm not the only one who thinks this, And it's like crazy. It's like keeping sex on a pedestal. It's like saying, oh, relationships are only worth pursuing if sex is involved. Because when sex isn't involved, clearly, hardly anyone's pursuing. Therefore, what does that tell you? Most people pursue people for sex. I pursue a relationship, as you know. I'm trying to get a relationship. A specific one. Because I value a relationship. Even though I'm happy single. And I might be single for a very long time yet. Might be single forever. But, I value relationships. I value getting someone for a relationship for me. Because, I would like that person in my life. I don't need them. In the sense that I'm quite whole in myself. But it would be nice if I found my asexual soulmate. I feel him. I have one. I know it. I've probably been reincarnated at some point, which you may or may not agree with. And I've never talked about reincarnation really on this channel. Don't know if we ever want to discuss that. But I've probably been in another life and I've probably met him in that life or something. But, anyway, I intuitively know I've got one, but I'm quite happy on my own, even more so lately. Actually, the dating experience of having, dating a sexual guy, it's kind of put me off a little bit, dating sexuals again. I'm kind of like, I've got chest infection now because I kissed him and he smoked, I don't want to do that again, and it's bad for my health. A relationship is bad for my health with a smoker anyway. So it's kind of put me off, and I've got so many projects going on at the moment. I'm getting through a lot of tasks and things. I'm really happy that my life's kind of getting back on track because I had 2 full weeks off sick nearly. Well, the majority of 2 weeks full off sick last month. So I'm catching up now. So I've left going on sexual dating sites, It's something I might take up again in the future. But, I don't really want a sexual person. I want an asexual guy, but trying to find a suitable one is really hard, as I was saying, So, but, I was just shocked. And maybe I'm the, maybe there's not many people on this channel that shocked by the fact that if sex is not involved, pursuit's not taking place. But not only am I shocked, I'm disgusted. I just find it disgusting. Why should we have to have sex involved in a relationship for pursuit to take place? Why aren't we pursuing that person? Because we're like, that person's amazing. They've got a beautiful personality. Oh, yeah, I love talking to them. Wow, we can hang out together. I can't wait to see them. Oh, yeah, I think they like this film. Great. Maybe I can invite them. Oh, let's give them a ring. Or let's text them and see how their day's gone. Oh, yeah. I like, we can go shopping together. Oh, we can go to the fair together. We can take a walk together. I really like that person. I love their company. They're great. Oh, yeah. It's just great to see them. Great to speak to them. Why isn't that type of thing taking place? Why isn't someone on asexual dating sites going, oh, that's a person I'd like to be with. Yeah, let's talk to them. Let's message them. Let's get together with them. Let's see them in person. I guarantee if I was allowed 5 minutes with you, you wouldn't be asexual anymore. I guarantee I very much would, Brendan. Very, very much would, because I don't like sex, and you wouldn't come anywhere near me with a barge pole. Believe me. It's rape if you actually have sex with someone who doesn't want it. And I don't want to be raped. So thanks very much, but no thanks, Thank God the sexual guy I dated the other day wasn't like that, He's very respectful of me. So, Well, you're not allowed. You can't change my sexual orientation. I'm asexual, which is a lack of sexual attraction. Not, I'm really not interested in having sex with you or any other guy. Well, you wouldn't be allowed. You wouldn't be allowed to have sex with me. And it wouldn't change, just if someone had sex with me, it wouldn't change my sexual orientation. Are you sure it's rape if she doesn't want it? If I don't want sex with a guy, you know, then it's rape. If, you know, so no, you know, and I can guarantee you it wouldn't change my sexual orientation if I did have sex with you or any guy. It wouldn't change my sexual orientation. Having sex with someone doesn't change your sexual orientation. It doesn't, you know? If a guy, for example, who's gay, has sex with a woman, it doesn't stop him being gay. It just means he had sex with a woman. It's just an act. You know? Similarly, if two lesbians, one of them has sex with a guy, it doesn't make them not a lesbian anymore. It just means they had sex with a guy. Do you see what I mean, Brendan? Yeah? So, if you have sex with someone and you're asexual, it doesn't change your sexual orientation. There are asexuals that have sex. Yeah, Michael. But I'm just, you know, trying to educate people who have come on this channel who obviously clearly don't understand. But as it's Asexual Awareness Week, and this is day 3 video, it's kind of good to actually express what asexuality is, which is the lack of sexual attraction, which means I don't get the need, urge, or want for partnered sexual intercourse. And no guy in the world, whether they want sex with me or not, whether I had sex or not, would change that. It doesn't change it. You can't. You bit my head off and overreacted, but I forgive you. You're a classic N case, but thanks. Anyway, so, yeah. So, any guy who turns around and says to any woman or any person that any guy who says, or anyone who comes along saying you won't be asexual after I've been with you, you know, that's what a lot of asexuals actually get told, you know, and it's absolutely disgusting. So yeah, I don't care if I bite your head off, because it's absolutely disgusting. I stick up for every asexual in the world. Michael, I will tell some other people another time what an N case is. Thanks for insulting my bipolar. So, don't you like it when someone comes on a channel and insults you, then all of a sudden they're being insulted? I love Michael. Yeah, Michael's beautiful. He's a great guy. Absolutely great guy. So, yeah, I think that concludes this video anyway. And it's just great that you tune in, but it's fabulous to let you know that if you do have sex with anyone, it doesn't change your sexual orientation anyway. And no one can actually change someone's sexuality by doing something to them. No one can change their sexuality. It's so important that people know that. And one of the really insulting things asexuals get told is that someone can change their orientation by having sex with them. And that is very insulting to both me and all asexuals that get that told to them. You know, it's very insulting and not very nice. So I'm quite happy that I stuck up for asexuals and that I stuck up for myself. And it's really important. Sorry. It's really important that, you know, that everyone knows that. It's really important. Anyway, I'm going to conclude this video for tonight. Thanks so much for everyone who's tuned in. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much to the people who've already given it. Thanks very much, Michael. Thanks, Heather. Thanks for everyone else that's tuned in. And I will see you on the next video. Until next time, embrace your quirky and each other's. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to. And hit that bell icon to get notified of every time I post a new video or go live. And I will see you on the next video live stream. Take care. Happy Asexual Awareness Week. Bye.